It's been over a month since we came live. I'm so glad that today we are very much live in the studio, and you know what that means? It means you calling in on the lines that will be provided on the screen, and you can also send that message, that WhatsApp message, and also on Facebook you can go on the post where we've posted our guest for today, then leave a comment there and we'll be so happy to hear from you. My name is Modern Tapechela Sinkara, coming back on this program, and what a day to come in. This is May 22 and I'm a May baby. I'll be celebrating my birthday on the 30th. That is in 8 days to come. Right, so our guest for tonight is a professional golfer. He joined golf as an amateur golfer, but this time he's reached at another level, so I'll be able to introduce him later on. And as you know, we have so many segments on this program, and one segment which rarely misses is what is trending, and today he's riding solo. Julius Malulu, welcome back to Sports Hub.
Thank you very much. How are you doing? It's good to be back. It's obviously been a while, 1 month. We've been missing out in action, but it's good, and we have so much interesting stories in as much as what's trending is concerned. Modern. Obviously, you don't have to be worried that I'm alone. I mean, we are back to being the men on the show. Yeah, but I'm hoping that next week we should be able to have our very own ladies back on the show. But it's good to be back, Modern. Good to see you. Only 1 month.
Yeah, you know, attending to national duties. So
what do you expect, of course? So Modern, we get straight into what we're having and what's training is concerned. This superstar right here, Modern, the 22-year-old talented Brazilian player, Vinicius Junior. Now, sad story about this lad, Modern. Over the weekend, Real Madrid played Valencia, and in this game, we saw one of the fans chanting against Vinicius Junior. And then this Brazilian decided not to concentrate in the game and wanted to react and follow the fan that was chanting, and in the end we saw him being red carded in that game. Now, Spain, exactly, Spain is known for racism, and actually I was checking through on Twitter and we saw Vinicius Junior post something, and we've actually seen even other legends and footballers also posting and just encouraging the lad. And we saw him talk about how there's just too much racism in Spain, and where he says it's been there and it will always be there. So it's really, really sad that has been happening to the Brazilian. But then this is a guy that loves Real Madrid. Is a team that he's always loved to play for. But then he says he might leave Real Madrid because of whatever has been happening. So it's so sad, Modern, that a player would leave a team because of racism, and we're hoping that should not ever happen in our very own country, Zambia, Modern. We get to our second story. We're bringing it back home. Our very own Diana Chikotasha, the referee that's following the footsteps of retired veteran referee Janice Sikazo. Remember that in 2022 she made headlines, and she's continued to put Zambia on the map and flying the Zambian flag high. Now this time around we saw her being the first assistant official in the under-17 final, where we saw Senegal up against Morocco, in which we saw Senegal emerging victorious in that game, Modern. So we're very proud of what our very own Diana is doing. Actually, she's one of the officials that will be officiating at the upcoming FIFA Women's World Cup that will be taking place in Australia and New Zealand. Away from football, Modern, our very own Kangwa, who's based in Zambia, good gesture coming in from the Zambian international, has donated 1,000 books to his hometown, Kanyama. As we can see from the photos, the children happy that they've been blessed with books by Kingsley Kangwa. So it's a very good move from the Zambian international player, and we're hoping that many other Zambian players will be able to, you know, replicate what Kingsley Kangwa has done. This is really a good move. The last story that we have in as far as what's trending, Modern, is concerned is our very own Rachel Kundananji. I'm just hoping that some of the men will be able to, be like Rachel Kundananji. She just recently joined Madrid CFF, a Spanish team, modern, and in 30 games that she has played, she has managed to score 25 goals, which is good and a good motivation for the Copper Queens, because remember that the Copper Queens will be participating at the upcoming FIFA Women's World Cup that will be taking place in July. So this is really a good motivation for the Copper Queens, especially that Rachel is doing very well. And then also one important
she needed to score 5 goals on the last day for her to be the top scorer of the league, not so?
Exactly, because she sits in the second position. She's got 25, and the top scorer has got, I think,
27.
27 goals. And the one following her behind should have 22 goals, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Right, and so on now, the last day, at least she scored 2 goals, which was very good.
Which is a good thing more than now. Her team finished 5th in the league standings, their highest ever in the club's history. All because of our very own Rachel Kundananji. So she's been brilliant, and she's actually contributed positively to the team actually finishing 5th in the league standings, modern. So we are
someone posted a meme of Avram Grant saying like thinking that how can Rachel Kundananji be in Chipolopolo?
I actually saw that, but I mean, Takwa my name. Like I said earlier, what we need is just some of the men to be able to tap from what Rachel Kundananji is doing. She's been brilliant, and we're really proud that she's putting Zambia on the map. And I must assure you, Modern, that even when she goes to Australia, I'm sure that she will really terrorize the defense of the teams that we are playing against at the upcoming FIFA World Cup. Modern, and this is what we had.
And while you're still on women's football, what's your take on Bruce Mwape's, let me say, provisional squad ahead of the World Cup?
Well, those are the best players that we have at the moment in the country. But then at least I've seen the likes of Avel Chutundu coming back. Remember that Avel was left when we went to participate at the Turkish tournament. But this time around, I'm happy that the player that's been doing very well for her club in the local league has finally been called. And I'm hoping that she'll be able to make the final cut of the team that will be able to travel to Australia. But looking at the overall team, more than that, Coach Bruce Mwape has summoned. It's a good squad, and we're hoping that the teams the players that have been summoned will be able to perform according to expectations, and that also the team that will make it to the final squad that will be traveling will be able to perform and make the country proud. But so far so good. Every player that's been called is capable of doing it, and it's also good to see the likes of Priska Chilufya also being called to the national team. So we have so much competition actually, especially looking at the front line, Modern, and that's one thing that we've been looking forward to. Exactly, we've had too much of Barbara Banda, so this time around it's good that we have other players also coming to the party to give competition to our very own Barbara Banda. So it's a good provisional squad, and we're hoping that the girls will be able to perform according to expectations. Okay, before I release you, Julius, what's ahead of you? What are you planning for the week? Are you excited about the Legends game? Of course, I mean, we saw Noah Chivuta arriving earlier today. We've also seen the arrival of Collins Mbesuma, Nkausu, Davis Piri, Coach Davis Piri, and also Kennedy Mwene. So already, more than that shows you that some of us are already in the mood of the Legends game. As you remember, Zambia is playing Barcelona Legends on Thursday. So really, we're looking forward to that game. And obviously, for me, that's one of the activities that I'm going to be attending this week, because I mean, who would want to miss Ronaldinho? Who would want to miss Ronaldinho? So everybody will be heading to Hero Stadium to just go and have a glimpse of Ronaldinho. And I know if only they could open the gates and say, okay, send Momo Poshe Coffee. Obviously, so everybody, I know all roads will be leading to Hero Stadium, and it will be good to see our very own 2012 AFCON players. Remember, more than that, also Kalusha Bwalya will be coaching the 2012 Legends, and he actually promised that he's going to play for 5 minutes. And you know what is expected when Kalusha Bwalya plays. So Can't wait for Thursday, and I'm encouraging all soccer fans to head to Hero Stadium and just have fun as they watch Ronaldinho, of course.
So Thursday, what time?
15 hours.
Right. I know it's a social game, but which team do you think will win?
I was privileged to talk to one of the legends, Modern, and I was just asking them about what they have to say about the game. They were actually telling me, my brother, this is just a social game. I mean, this is for charity. Nangunamu mwana Ronaldinho aleisa tunamuleka mpita nokupita. I'm like, we are there. We want to see what's going to happen. Want to see the dribbling, want to see the marking. So really, we're hoping to see that the boys will, the legends will make sure that it's an interesting game and the fans will be able to have a good time even as they watch that game on Thursday. But obviously, I cannot go for Barcelona. It's automatically that I'm going to go for Zambia winning, and I know that Collins Mbesuma and Mano Mayuka are going to score.
Right, thank you very much, Julius.
Thank you very much, Modern, for having me.
Right, so Julius Malulu just giving us an update on what is trending in Zambian sports. So he's given us, and so we'll be looking forward to more, obviously, next week. So now let's go to the next segment, and this is a segment where we talk about we want you to tell us how much you know about your Zambian sports legends. And before we recap on last time's question photo, well, I was so excited to receive a letter. So this letter is coming from one of our viewers from Matero Compound. And she said, let me actually read it out. So this is how committed this viewer is. So it says Sports Hub. So she was identifying a sports person she saw on the picture. So this letter is coming from Miss Veli Mbewe of Matero Compound. So she says she has a broken screen, so she was unable to send a message or maybe even call. So she decided to write. So thank you very much, Madam Veli Mbewe. I'll certainly send you something that you'll be remembering ZNBC for. So thank you very much for writing this letter to us. So let's recap on last time's photo that we asked you. I remember there were a number of players, and I said you just identify one. And who did you manage to identify? Unfortunately, we didn't receive any. Yes, that's the photo there. There are 5 gentlemen. So that Muzungu you are seeing, that he was once national team coach, Brian Tyler. He coached somewhere around 1978. So one of them is, I'm sure you can see Godfrey Yukachtalu seated there on the in the middle somewhere there. And then there's also Boniface Chitapo Chimo Simutowe. So those are some of the players. So if you got at least even one, then I was going to mark you correct. But I have another one for you. Can you identify this? He's a Zambian legend, but he's very much active in another role. But he was a prolific footballer, and he's represented Zambia at the Africa Cup of Nations. Who is he? At least I've given you a leakage. If you know that player, the numbers to call are 0211 25 30 25 or 0211 25 08 43. Or you can go to Facebook. You can search for Modern Sinkala Sports. Obviously, like or follow the page and then respond. You can write there, then we'll read your messages. Then you can also go to Sports Hub Facebook page. If you are into WhatsApp, you can write a WhatsApp message to +2 60955 20 2904 +260 955 20 2904. We'll be so happy to hear from you. Let's look at what happened over the weekend in terms of results. We start with golf, and this is the Zanaco Masters 2023. Obviously, 133 golfers took part in this Zanaco Masters. But at the end of the day, it was Robson Chinoi of Zimbabwe who won it. He finished on 17 under par. And then Neo Scheitkat of South Africa was second, also finished on 17 under par. Then Ryan van Velzen, and obviously I can already hear the phones ringing, so I'll be able to talk to you. So in third position was Ryan van Velzen, who was on 16 under par. Then our very own Sydney Wemba, the only Zambian who made the cut, finished on 6 under par in 34th position. Obviously a great achievement for the young golfer who started as an amateur golfer. Right, so that was in Zanaco Masters. Let's now go to the Zambia Rugby Union rescheduled games that were played over the weekend on Saturday. So in the National League, it was Green Eagles 3, KPF 0. It was a week 2 rescheduled game. Kansanshi 0, Red Arrows 21. This was a walkover result, which was for week 5. And then Mufulira Leopards 32, Lusaka 14. This was a week 6 rescheduled match. Then in the President's League, it was Ndola Wanderers 13, Mchanga 20. This was a week 3 rescheduled game. So added to the results, congratulations to the new executive in the Zambia Rugby Union. So Chile Shaweupe is the new president now, taking over from Brigadier General Clement Sinkamba, while the General Secretary is our very own from the media industry, Cecilia Treasure. Congratulations for the new office bearers. We go to netball now in the Midlands Netball Association MENA Premier League with 6 results. On Saturday, it was Lusaka City Council 23, Mazabuka United 0. This was a walkover result because Mazabuka United failed to travel. Then Unza. All right, I'm told we have a call. I'm so excited. Hello and welcome to Sports Hub. Welcome to Sports Hub. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
All right, your name and where you're calling us from?
Barclay Waria.
Waria who?
Barclay.
Barclay Waria. Okay, from where?
From Copperbelt, Kitwe.
From Kitwe, Bakopara. Okay. Do you want to answer or you want to contribute on the program?
I want to answer. I saw a certain photo which has just bypassed.
We'll put it again. We'll put it again. Tell us, who is that one?
That one looks like Agri Chiangi.
Looks like, you're not sure?
Is Agri Chiangi.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, tell us, what do you remember about Agri Chiangi?
Agri Chiangi used to be the former, used to play with Kalu, those who remained, who were not in the part of Gabon crash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, used to play for Power Dynamos.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you very much. Stick on the line. We'll make sure you watch the program up to the end because we'll announce who that player is actually. So let's hear from others. Otherwise, thank you very much, Barclay Walia from Kitwe, for this call.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. So we continue with the results. So I was giving the Midlands Netball Association MENA League game. So on Saturday it was Lusaka City Council 23, Mazabuka 0. It was a walkover result. Unza 31, Kalingalinga United 47. Then Napsa 41, Green Eagles 41. It was a tough game. It was a draw. And Prison Leopards 42, Red Arrows 40. Then in a rescheduled week 1 result, Kalingalinga United beat Mazabuka United 23-0 via a walkover result because Mazabuka United did not travel. Then in the men's league, it was in Kwazi 23, Mazabuka United 0. This was also another walkover result. We wind up our results with the English Premier League. On Saturday, it was Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brentford 3, AFC Bournemouth 0, Manchester United 1, Fulham 2, Crystal Palace 2, Liverpool 1, Aston Villa 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Everton 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal, the Gunners 0, I think. All right, now we have another caller from Chirilabombwe. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Terry Ngoma calling from Border Town, Chirilabombwe.
Terry Ngoma from Chirilabombwe.
Berry. Yes.
Oh, okay. Our Director General is also Berry. Good to hear from you. Do you want to attempt as well?
Yes.
Okay, who is this player?
Agri Chiangi, the survivor of Gaboni aircraft.
Are you very sure?
I
Hello?
am sure.
You are
I
very
am
sure?
very sure. Yes.
Okay, what do you remember about Agri Chiangi?
Agri Chiangi was left at the airport because they took a certain officer for ZAF. So he was just left at the airport.
Wow, wow,
So
wow.
he's the survivor. Because if he could have traveled, he was also going to be in the disaster of the Gabon crash.
Right. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Berry Ngoma from Chirilawombo, for coming through. So I'll be able to give the answer at the end of the show. Let's hear from others as well. Who is that player? All right. So Arsenal, they are no longer, I don't think they are Gunners anymore. Tefi Polo Polo yo, I think Polo Polo bari fumiamo. So they lost to Nottingham Forest, who want to survive relegation by a goal to nil. On Sunday it was West Ham United 3, Leeds United 1, Brighton 3, Southampton 1, Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. So Manchester City are the champions. They are winning the title for the third time in a row. Well done to Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. Then tonight, as I'm talking, Newcastle are taking on Leicester City. So it's still 0-0. Thank you, Director, and Chakupa there. So it's still 0-0 between Newcastle and Leicester City. We hope Leicester City can win this game so that they survive, because this is where Patson Daka is. All right, so before I introduce my guest in the studio, let's dance to a song done by Kabova, Ozzy, and Ben Blazer. This one is titled Chi Polo Polo. Kabova, atifinyunye nimwe. So we hope the same will happen on Thursday when the Chipolopolo legends will meet the Barcelona legends. Even if it's a social match, but we are looking forward to that game. But the only Chipolopolo at the weekend at Zanaco Masters was Sydney Wemba, my guest for tonight, because he's the only one who made the cut, and he finished 34th, which is not a mean achievement because Zambia's #1 golfer, Madaliso Mutia, failed to make the cut. So he's my guest for today. He started as an amateur, but now he's a professional golfer. Well, he's here and in flesh. Good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, great. All these trophies.
Yeah.
Okay, let me help you with one. You can come with me here. You can sit. I'm sure your trophies will decorate our studio here. All right. All right, so you can take a seat. So my guest for tonight, Sydney Wemba. So first of all, I want you to give us your background. Who is Sydney Wemba? When were you born? In which area? And how was your upbringing like?
Okay. I'm Sydney Wemba, and I'm from Tendere. And we are 4 in our family, 1 girl and 3 guys. I started playing golf through my friends, and we started from Chinama Golf Club. I think by that time my coach was Mr. Steven Imbeo and Kelvin Piri.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were coming all the way from Mutendere to go to Chinama Golf Club to play golf?
Yeah. Actually, what happened is after my mom passed away when I was 6 years old, and from there we shifted to my grandmother's house. That's where I met my friends there, who introduced me into golf.
Right. I know you as golfers, you like putting on caps, but for today we want to see your face, so I can keep the cap for you. Yeah, so that we see the face properly. Okay, so that's Sydney Wemba. So who inspired you to go into golf?
There's a friend of mine called Mike Onkoma. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to continue with the game of golf, and I said, okay, since I've got talent, let me just try to continue. And right now I'm inspiring a lot of kids there at Mtendere. If you know Mahatma Gandhi ground there, that's where I grew up, and I grew up with my grandmother.
So I know Mahatma Gandhi ground is for football, so you were playing football at some point?
I tried, but I think I failed because my first time I played, then I had so many injuries. Then I said, okay, let me just stop, then let me continue with golf.
Right. I know that golf is not a very cheap sport because you need the whole kit, the clubs, maybe gloves and all those things. How did you manage? Or maybe you are coming from a rich background?
No, actually, that's a good question. I'm coming from a very poor background. I think right now I'm the breadwinner because I keep like my grandmother and my sisters, because right now my sister, she's going to the UK. So she was supposed to leave on the 9th, and it's because we had a shortage of money to buy the air ticket. So I told her, okay, let's try to play Zanaco Masters. If we make the cut, we can go half-half. We buy the ticket. You go and do your studies in the United Kingdom.
Right. And was that possible after making a cut?
Yeah. I think for now it's possible because I made the cut and I made it a little bit of money, which I can help my family to. I can try to help them to go and do best in the UK there.
That's great of you. So you're talking about your family. Are you married? Any kids? And
yeah, actually, I'm married with 2 kids. I've got 2 girls, by the way.
Right.
My firstborn, she's 6 years old, and my second one, she's 2 years.
Oh, great. Would you want your kids to play golf?
Yeah, actually, they love the sport because all the time when I go with my golf bag at home, I found my clubs are just like all over the shore, and you can see my last born now wants to try to swing. Then after that, when I try to help her, she's like, no, I know how to do this. Let me try to. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so before we get to the Zonako Masters, so you started with Chainama Golf Club. How was the reception there? How were you welcomed, and how did you feel at home?
Actually, by that time we had junior academy. So I was 4 under junior academy, and the time I joined the national team, I was being helped by Mr. Chris Mlenga. He was in the Zambia Golf Union. The time he was working with ZRA, and he helped me with my friend until we joined the national team. I played my first national team in 2011. We went to Malawi, and by that time my dad couldn't believe that I can play golf. Was like, no, because Mona, I know low kachula. So I said, you know what, Dad, I think this is the time I can try to do a different thing to you. So we used to argue like most of the times. So my first time I went to Malawi, he was like, oh, okay, anyway, let's try. Then in 2012 I went to Zimbabwe. That time it was my last junior team.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there I joined the national team. We went to Namibia to play Zone 6.
Mm.
With in that team were Craig Zulu and myself, and we had Tristan Bryce and Sondashi. I think I can't remember most of the guys.
Right.
But so I think from that time my dad started believing that I can do better than this. And I think my first national team, my first coach was Vincent Kawaso. Right now he's in the United States of America. We always communicate, and he always give me good advice. And so I would like to thank him as well, because we talk like we are brothers. Yeah.
Great. So I know your dad was against you doing golf. He wanted you to concentrate on school. What about your mom?
By that time, because my mom died when I was 6 years old. And
Okay.
I started playing golf when I was 14.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so dad was there. He could see. So he said, you know what, this one I think now you're out of my life. I said, Dad, I'll pay you money when I start winning. And he said, wait, because you used to do used to go to South Africa most of the time. So even the time I joined the national team in the senior national team, then I think from that time he started saying, you know what, I think I said, you know what, Dad, don't worry, I'm going to pay for my own school fees now. You relax there, and I'll buy my own shoes. And he said, you think it's cheap? I said, okay. Then I went there and I got paid. I said, here is the money, you can go and enjoy yourself. He said, oh.
I said, what?
I said, what? Are you sure? I said, my friend.
Wow.
And then after that, he called Mr. Chris Mlenga to ask him to say, my son came with money here. What happened? He said, no, he was in the national team, so he got paid then. I said, oh, okay. So from that time, but I could see that he's not
very convinced.
Yeah, he's not convinced. So the first time you can imagine the first time I was in a plane, then I went home. Now I started explaining what I saw there. And he said, so now from that time we used to compete. Dad, have you been in Emirates? Have you been used? So he was like, I think now you want to start comparing. I said, yes, me I've used Emirates going to Zimbabwe. I said, my friend, me have been using South Africa airline. I said, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Then there's a time we went to Cape Town. It was on 6 as well. Then we used the same South African airline. Then I said, I think now we're square.
We are
Yeah, he said, oh, okay. I said, oh, okay. Then so the time he used, I think, Qatar Airways. That one, because I never used Qatar Airways in my life until I became a professional golfer. That's when I used it going to Zimbabwe.
Right. So run us through your first golf kit. Who helped you to get your first golf kit?
Actually, what happened is that there was one woman called Mrs. Hilda Edwards.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Veteran.
Yes. She used to come with the junior sets, and so she saw me hitting a golf ball, but I didn't have like a proper grip, and she said, no, but this one can play. But now you have to teach him the basics and so on. So I said, oh, okay. Then she brought that set, and she said, this is for you. Make sure you use them. Don't sell them. I said, no, I can't sell them because I love the sport. Yeah, so I started using that junior set. So after that, there was a man called Mr. Arusha Spiri. May his soul rest in peace. He brought me a set of tailor-made clubs. I used those clubs, I think, for next 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And then from there, I moved from Chainama Golf Club to Lusaka Golf Club. And then the first person who welcomed me was Mr. Collins Msonda. He paid my membership, and I started from there. And by that time, if you go to Lusaka, there was good players called it was YK Yusuf, and it was there was 3 or 4 Indians. Those guys were good. So I said, you know what, this is the time to go and compete and try myself. So I joined after winning the club championship at Chainama. Then I went there, and Mr. Msonda paid my membership. So I said, oh, okay. So I think down the line there was like club championship there and Lusaka Open. Then by that time, Mr. Nsama Mataga was the captain.
Okay.
I enjoyed my amateur golf when Mr. Nsama was the captain. I can't lie. And I really appreciate him for what he did for us.
And you're also managing to pay the caddies?
Actually, Mr. Mataga said he gave us like a target. Because by that time, Lusaka Golf Club used to sponsor us to go for tournaments and so on. So Mr. Nsama said, what I'm going to do, if you win any Open in Zambia, you come and take what you want in the pro shop.
Wow.
So it made us to start working hard. So I think my first Open I won in I went to Mukushi. That was my first Open. I won there. Then Mr. Mataga said, actually, you can go straight to the shop. So I went to the shop, said you can get whatever you want. So I took what I wanted, then said there's a time now we went to play club championship there. So after then, Mr. Mataga said, I think I remember I was like 8 down from Abhinav Warrior. So
Abhinav, yes.
Abhinav Warrior. So now we played 36 holes first day, then we played last 18, and then Mr. Mataga came to me to say, Sydney, are we winning? I said yes. He said, if you win this one, you have to go back in the shop and get what you want. And by that time, I wanted golf shoes. So I said, I think, my guy, you have to win. So I played with Kevin Cummings and Abhinav Warrior. I think that day I've never played that consistent. I think the time I was an amateur. I think in my card was just 4s and 3s. So I shot minus, I think I shot minus 6. Then I won the tournament. Then I went to Mr. Matag. I said, you know what? I'm so happy for you. Go and get what you want.
Wow.
So I went and took my shoes, my golf shoes and my stockings, and I took even the bit of golf balls and gloves. So from that time we went to, I think that time we were playing, it was Zambia Sugar. So Mr. Mataya said, okay, can you, he called Mr. Richard Piri and Mr. Adrian, and then he asked them to say, where is my boys? It was me, Boyd Kaparamot and Peter Mnyinya. I think in Moses Chill, if I'm not mistaken. Then he said, guys, now you guys are going to Zambia Sugar Opium. So go in the shop and make sure get what you want. Get shoes and stockings. He said, I want you guys to feel nice and feel good when you're playing. So I really enjoyed his time when he was a captain, and I don't think I will enjoy that moment again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us about these trophies that are in front of you.
I started with this one. There was a tournament called Sanlam. It was sponsored by Sanlam. So
where was it?
This one, I think, was at Lusaka Golf Club.
Okay.
So I think the guy was leading was Timothy Sondash. Yeah, Timothy Sondash was leading by 4, and I think I was down by 4 years. Then I can't remember if Denmo was there. So we played the first day I was 2 down, second day I was 2 down, then I went home. Then my sister was like, boss, how are you going to manage to pay me? It's like you're not going to win this tournament. I said, you know what, because I've got that thing of I play well on the last 2 days. But first day I didn't play well, second day I just played just average. Then last day, then I told my sister, you know what, she said, Sydney, if you're not going to get a birdie between 1, 2, 3 and 4,
and forget about winning,
I'm going to leave your bag, you're going to carry your bag. So now I was thinking, and she means it. So I went number 1 par, number 2 I went birdie. He said, okay. I said, okay, now I'm on the safe side. Then we went number 3 par, 4 par, 5 par, and I shot like 1 under front 9. Then I think I was down by 2 by the time we were going to number 10. Then number 10 I made birdie.
Wow.
And Sondashi made par, I remember very well. Number 11 I made par, he made par. Number 12 I made birdie, he made par. I knew that me and Sondashi now were tied. We're going to number 13. So I could see people like helping me since I was young. It was Manish Patel, the owner of the pro shop there. Manish Patel helped me since I was young until now, as I'm saying right now. To be where I am, it's because of Manish Patel and people at Lusaka Golf Club. And I really appreciate them, and I thank God those people, they can see where I'm going and they can see my success.
Great. And very quickly, we're running out of time. This trophy?
This one we played, it was Zanaco Zambia Masters. It was in 2021. It was only for Zambians, by the way. And I played alongside that Denmo, and I think Sondash also played. I was down by Denmo, I think by 6. And Denmo, after the round, the first day, and then Denmo found me in the car park, because after the round I went to eat some balls on the range. Then he said, my friend, if you've got juju, go and tell your Sangoma this one, you're not winning. Yeah. I said, Denmo, no, it's fine. I'm going. I said, okay. And then last day we went to number 1, and I made bogey, Denmo made par. Now it came to 7 shots behind. But to tell you what happened, from hole number 2 to number 9, I was square with Denmo.
Wow.
And I managed to put one on top in hole number 10. Because me and Denmo used to bet too much to make the game competitive.
Right.
Yeah, so by number 13, I saw Denmo putting out the money to say, my friend,
You've won this.
you have won the game. I said, thank you so much. And which I did then, I won the Zambian Masters.
Congrats. Okay, so now let's go to the main one, the 2023 Zanaco Masters. So we have a package, which was packaged by Memory Malisawa. Sydney Wemba made a cut for the very first time, right?
No, actually, this is my second time.
Oh, second time, yes, making a cut, yes. 2023 Zanaco Masters. So let's see a report by Memory Malisawa.
Budding star Sydney Wemba is the only Zambian that has made the cut at the ongoing Zanaco Masters Golf Tournament at Lusaka Golf Club. After the second round of golf played yesterday, Friday 19th of May, Wemba finished at par to score a total of 3 under 141 after 2 rounds. However, Wemba was not happy with his day 2 performance, but is hopeful that he will pick up as the tournament progresses.
That means I have to stick to my game plan of 5 under and lastly try to shoot another 5 under. Because my target, I think, was minus 13. We're talking with my friend from America yesterday. So I'm sure I'll stick to minus 13.
Meanwhile, Zambia's top golfer, Madaliso Mtia, failed to make the cut, and so was the case with Ndola-based golfer Danny Moore.
Look, it's always a challenge every week. Sometimes you have it and sometimes you don't. I didn't have it this week.
If we can have more tournaments, especially for the local people, yeah, then the competition will be stiff. In Zimbabwe, you can see guys are doing well because they're playing Safari Tour, they're playing tournaments in Zim, they're playing in South Africa. For the Zambian golfers here, not many of them can get down there, so we really need to host at least one tournament a month.
South Africa's Bradley Shawn, Wes Stephen, and Zimbabwe's Robinson Chuhoi have joint leadership on top with 11 under 133, while England's David Wicks, who led on day 1, has been demoted to second position with a total score of 10 under 134. Memory Marisawa reporting for ZNBC Sports in Lusaka.
Okay, so Sydney Wemba there making a cut, the only Zambian golfer making a cut. How can you describe this achievement, and would you say you are the best Zambian golfer at the moment?
No, that's what people are saying, but actually there's a lot of young guys who are coming, so I don't think I'm the best because the boys are coming.
Right, but how was the 2023 tournament for you?
Actually, we prepared well with my team, and in my team there is Mr. Manish Patel as well, and Denmark Mulambo, Bright Mukunsa, and Matangere Kaira. Those guys, they have done a great job for me to make the cut and to be comfortable to hit those shots. I'm sure guys saw the best shots, and yeah, so
and you are hoping to finish on 13 under par, but you finished on 6 under.
Yeah, actually, we gave ourselves a target to finish minus 13 because in my head I thought minus 13 would be the winning score. But unfortunately, I failed to shoot minus 13.
What happened?
Second day, it wasn't my best day, and last day also, it wasn't my best day. Anyway, so...
are you content with 34th position? Are you happy?
No, actually, I'm not happy about it because my target was to win the tournament. I think for me, it was good to win the tournament at home than outside Zambia.
And for years now, over 50 years, no Zambian has ever won the Zambia Open. What gave you morale that you are going to win it for the first time?
Okay. I think for me, I'll start from Ivory Coast. I went to Ivory Coast alone, and I went there with no money, by the way. I just had my air ticket, and I didn't have visa. Then I was locked up for 5 hours. Then I borrowed money from my friends, and I paid. Then they said, okay, you can go. Then I went to the hotel. Then I told them, I'm going to pay you when I done playing golf. Then I nearly won the tournament. I lost in a playoff. I shot minus 17.
Oh, wow, okay. So I'm challenging you to something. I know you're used to, you know, you're used to using hands, playing golf. But now I want you to do ball juggling. Even as you come to do ball juggling, how far do you want to go in your golf career?
By the way, for now, I'm sure I can see.
I'm going to tell you to go. Yes. How far do you want to go in your golf career?
I think since the time I was 17 years old, I've got a small book where I wrote that I want to be the next Tiger Woods.
Okay, great. Okay, ball juggling now. Let's see how many you do.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, this man is a genius. He's a golfer, but he's also able to juggle the ball. So I was hosting Sydney Wemba, who is a professional golfer. Finished 34th at the Zanaco Masters, but he was the only player or golfer to make the cut. So until next week, when I come with another guest, my name is Modern Tapetera Sinkala. Goodbye.